So this is the transition from the erosional, or from the lava cave to the erosional cave. And this is done by sliding oneself under the lava ceiling, that's what's above me there, the basalt, through this sandy floor that is going to get really tight right about here. Nice and low. They've dug this out a little bit so we can get in through here. So I'm coming in here, and once I pop out through this little area, then boom. That way is the erosion, or is the lava cave. Yeah, I gotta go under this. I think I have to turn around and go feet first. Yeah, that's gonna have to happen. Well, good morning. It's cold today. It's been snowing. It's currently, melted because it's been snowing, and then it will rain. It's been raining so much, the water is so high. And this is a reshoot day. This is where I went to an erosional cave with some of my caving friends. And it was awesome. It was super cool. They were showing me a couple of difficult passages to get through. It's flooded out, so we didn't get too far. We expected it to be flooded out. We'd not seen it with water. You'll see this video either before this or after this at some point on the main channel. I think it's a good enough video for that. And sometimes I'll go and we end up finding enough trouble where I think, yeah, I got to go back and get some B-roll. Because when I'm with others, I don't take a lot of time to film like I'd like to. So today I'm going to go and take good footage of some waterfalls inside there. The richness of the situation. Lighting in a cave, but at least there's no intrusion of outside light, so I only have to deal with my own lights, which is sometimes helpful, because I know what I want to do with my lights. The outside lights can sometimes just be a big fat pain as far as that's concerned. I might just light myself up. How's that look? It's a bit bright up here. Let me knock that down just a little, and let's do it through this. And I've also got a wetsuit on. I'm wearing the same clothes so it matches the original video. And I like to do that so that everything matches. But I'm wearing a wetsuit underneath. And that way I can spend more time in the cave because it is very cold. And we can never, or usually not, properly show you how cold it is. Once it starts snowing and there's ice in the caves, then you get a sense of how cold it is. But, caves have ice until July. They're a constant temperature, usually right above freezing, so the water in them doesn't freeze and it never looks that cold. But once winter's here, it will just blow enough cold air in the entrance to freeze everything. But we're always fighting temperature. We don't care about getting lost or getting stuck. These aren't the main challenges. The main challenge here is the temperature every day, and I am feeling it because it is cold outside, which means when I go in the cave, it'll be cold in the cave. It'll be cold when I get out. There'll be no relief today. So I got my extra thick gloves. I got hand warmers on. I'm wearing a wetsuit, which doesn't make it easier. It just makes it warmer. Everything else is more difficult. In any case, so back to the erosional pit. This creek is dry year-round. There's a dry waterfall down here. We'll go look at it. This is actually, it's just a creek, right? But this is dry except in case of massive flooding. So we don't really have flash flooding here, but this will be filling the cave with water. So we'll go look at the waterfall. And there's the dry waterfall. I've never seen with water in it. As it is year-round, essentially dry. Not always, right? But it's like once every 5 or 10 years it will have water in it. But there was snow and then just a massive rainfall. Massive. There was just a lot of flooding here. Nothing in times, but, with everything else happening, it was like, oh no, we're all going to die. But here it is. A little bit of water. Very difficult. It's very muddy in here. That'll be okay like that. I can't do much to prevent that light from hitting that. I don't think I can at all. There's just nowhere else to go with it. Maybe here. It'll be bright right there, but you know, it's not really the focal point. I'm going to put a light behind it too, so that should be good. Cool. I'm fetching my light down here at the end, which I set up for a different video. But yeah, that's going to get bright. It's bright! Yeah! And then he was gone. But the cool thing is, yeah, that's nice. That's nice. We'll just keep that pointed down. I'm going to have to back up out of this. Oh, sunshine's peeking out. I like to let you guys see what I'm walking through. I like the little dual recording thing. I'm very muddy and very cold and very all the things you don't want to be. I'm just glad it's not currently snowing. But that's a tough cave. That cave will never be fully fleshed out because it's erosional, so it's just changing all the time. But it is really disturbingly scary when it's full of water. You know, I was able to crawl out some of the lower areas that were ponding up. The cave goes every which direction, but I was getting tired, so I didn't want to keep pushing it. And also now we're just completely muddy. I don't even want to touch my bag to my back, so I left it in the big plastic bag. I just got to drag it up the hill with all my equipment. It's very heavy, but I'm very powerful. Actually, my arms are exhausted from holding the GoPro, just from holding the little camera in there while I'm crawling. It's those little things in the cold that get to you, but having a wetsuit underneath was very helpful. Oh, those tree casts are huge. And that kept my body temperature is fine. My toes are a little cold, but I do have dry socks on. They're also just like a neoprene kind of material. So good gear, but now I mean, that's my elbow pad. That's just mud caked on there. Sand and mud. And I'm gonna go and just get back as quick as I can. So these lava fields that you see us walk and be like, oh, I found another cave. Oh, I found another cave. It's very rare, okay? So you want to find lava fields at the bottom of volcanoes. It's not always big volcanoes, it's just lava cones. You can see them from satellite. There's very few areas in the world. In fact, I think this area is the most saturated with caves. Now, some of the caves, as you have seen, they're just kind of our little featurette caves where they're mostly disastrously small. They're like tunnels. And that's fun, but what you're trying to land is a big cave. And there are big caves out here. We call them master tubes. That's the main area of the lava flow. And if you get in one of those, you know, they can have 50, 60-foot ceilings, and they can be miles long. And then there's other ones that aren't quite as big, but we're always looking for that. But the lava flow here is just, you know, hundreds and hundreds and thousands of acres and many square miles. So it can just be picked over a lifetime. And now with the advent of GPS, we can categorize the small, less significant caves, give them names, and you know their location. Without that, before when you were using like compass and maps, you just only went into biggest caves because you couldn't say, like, there's this tiny one that's, you know, it's just too hard to describe how to get to them. So now we can make these descriptions. Actually, right in front of me here, I'll show you. This is how they used to tag. Like, they'd have different color codes. It'd be like, follow the orange tags to such and such cave. And you could follow the tags and get to a very specific cave. Now, we still do that when we're finding stuff, but just with GPS, you just ping it, name it, and then come back later and explore it. So we can categorize the smaller ones, less significant ones. And so that's what we're kind of having fun doing. You can even map them. I enjoy that. Not everyone enjoys the small, dirty caves, but some of them are quite long. Some of them have big areas. And so we're always just out here having a good time doing stuff like that. And we do find big ones on occasion. And but anyways, that's this lava field. This lava field is rare. You're not going to be able to be like, oh, wherever you live, just go find a lava field with caves everywhere. You can try, but this is rare. And you might say, oh, you're so lucky. But like, you see some of the caves and going, brother, sister, that ain't luck. It's something else entirely. Okay, so one thing I wanted to add to this video, because I just keep forgetting to say anything about it when we're out and about, and just so you can see that this is the proper video to attach to this one. That's my wetsuit and my gear back there drying. They get one day outside, and then they get a day inside, hung up and dry, then I put them away. So the cover of our YouTube page, the main page and this second page, we changed. We updated a few things on the channel. You can see that there's some different extras, and we call them extras, intros and extras. There's different ways that we end the videos. But there's also a new banner both here that's got Jacob, myself, and Dad, because he's on this channel a lot, even darker. And then the new page has Jacob and I, and it has some, it's pretty funny if you take a look at it. But anyways, they're just new pictures, new page covers, and we'll try to keep those updated every once in a while. So if you keep an eye out for them, you'll see stuff like that. That's all I wanted to mention. Check those out because they're hilarious and the pictures are great. So thank you for watching. And I wanted to mention Jeff from Santa Cruz. I'll give him a shout again whenever we get the trip and the video done. But he is helping us locate some caves near where Hellhole's at. There's some other caves there. One has been kind of lost to history. It's super dangerous, super full of spiders, and I super don't want to do it. But we got locations on those from Jeff, so thank you, Jeff. And he's also been a caver historically, so I wanted to mention that. But we'll give him another shout out whenever we get down there. It's Thanksgiving as I sit here, so happy Thanksgiving.
Can we show them maps?
Yeah, you can show them. Yeah, JR's fine. Plus, they're not going to be able to see it.
Yeah, blur out the coordinates.
JR. So that's the map to the cave that Jacob pushed out, and we found a note in.
Oh yeah, we found the indestructible note right there. Oh, we got Christmas cards with weird bat snowflakes. It's wonderful. Fill that out. Battle for bats. I don't know. We have. Is that backwards in the camera? Or is that going to be forwards? I feel like it's going to be backwards.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
No, it'll flip it on its own.
Okay.
Oh, show them the red one, the bumper stickers.
Those bumper stickers.
Bumper stickers.
Bumper sticker we got.
No, get the other one. This one. There's the only one that matters. Show it to them nice and clear. Look at that. Yes. Floyd Collins was stoned. Let's explain to them Floyd Collins.
I had no clue what that
Floyd
means.
Collins is the John Jones of the 1950s. He was a famous caver. Well, actually, a rock fell on him in a cave, and it pinned him in, and he died that way. But he was actually famous first for caving rather than just famous for dying in a cave. You just want to tell him Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Well, hope you'll have a wonderful Thanksgiving, or whatever you guys call it in your places and countries. What would they call it?
Jacob makes a good point. Not everybody has Thanksgiving. Have a good Thursday.
Have a good Thursday.